get shirts, you want to get the custom tote bags, you name it, go to addix.com. ADDIX gear.com. That's addixgear.com. ADDIX. Let's go back to the Auto Value Bumper to Bumper Parts Store Studios. On is standing by within first round in progress. Meyer LPGA Classic for Simply Give update.
Thank you, Bill. As we said, we were talking about the Meyer LPGA Classic. Leading in first place is Brooke Henderson. She has 8 under. Tied for second at 7 under is Lexi Thompson, Shan Feng, Jennifer Ha, Julia Molinaro, and Holly Clyburn. At 6 under, we have Madeline Stagstra, Lydia Cohn, and Samantha Bay. At 5 under, we have two-way tie between Jane Clark and Misha Moore. At 4 under, we have Emily Patterson, Demi Price, Tiffany John, Jenny Shin, KJ Kang, Christy Kerr, Elena Sharp, Jennifer Sutton, and Catherine Perry. Other notables, Michelle Wee is 3 under. Bill, your golf partner, Vicky Hurst, is at a -1 right now. So solid performance by her. Let's move over to the men's side. As you said, Ricky Fowler with the 65, 7 under on the day. He's in first place. Tied for second is Brian Harmon, Tommy Fleetwood, and Brooks Koepka. At 5th at 4 under is Patrick Reed. And then 3 under we have Jamie Lovemark, JB Holmes, Lee Westwood. At 2 under, Charlie Hoffman, Grant Snedeker, Ernie Els, and this year's Master winner, Sergio Garcia. At 1 under, Angel Cabrera, Zach Johnson, Drew Love, and others. And then other notables, we have Stephen Parr, 2 holes. Jim Bubba, Stephen Parr, 2 holes. Steve Stazen is also even in Julio Rio. Austin Joyce is 1 under.
To Han, I was probably more nervous than Han was. When I threw it to Han, I almost couldn't spit out the words like, let's go back to the Auto Value Bumper to Bumper Parts Store Studios, because I was worried we'd hear silence for 2 minutes. And Han just knocked it out of the park. He sounded like he's working for the Golf Channel. Good job, Han.
You and I had a flashback to Muller.
When Muller first started, the old producer, and he'd start doing the updates, because we've been here for 4 years, or updates that we used to do around the majors, right? I would go,
Roger, forward runway 2 east 2, forward runway 2 east 2.
So there you go. I'm proud of you, buddy. We will keep you up to date. Round 1 of the Meyer LPGA Classic for Simply Give. Now round 2 action tomorrow. Round 3 on golf course here at the Blythefield Country Club, west side of the state, Plainfield Township. So you can buy a ticket, or if you have a ticket for Saturday's third round, when the golf is finished, third round play concludes, 3 doors down, we'll do a live concert, big stage, everything. Lights, it's all there. On the course, Saturday night. So you can hang out and watch round 3, go to the Grand Taste, and see 3 doors down. Now, if you don't want to come out for the golf, tickets are only $10 to see 3 doors down at the gate. That will be on Saturday following round 3, which I guess, what do you think? Final round will finish 6, 7 o'clock, something like that. I would guesstimate that. Also, all the proceeds from this incredible LPGA event, the Meyer LPGA Classic, presented by our friends at Meyer for Simply Give, will go to help local food pantries. So remember, everything you're doing here is helping people get food on their table. If you need tickets, if you need tournament info for this weekend, all the events, go to MeyerLPGAClassic.com. That's MeyerLPGAClassic.com. Web Traffic Partners is Michigan's leading internet marketing company. Here are just a few comments from 3 of their many successful clients. Web Traffic Partners has played a huge role in the growth of my business. Easily the best marketing decision I've ever made. If you want results, then Web Traffic Partners is the place to be. If you want to join the long list of happy clients who are using the internet to market their business, go to webtrafficpartners.com today and see these proven results for yourself.
This is the Huge Radio Network.
Buy low, sell high at Edco and Ford in Wayland. Drive home a 2017 Ford Edge as low as $272 a month. Only at Edco and Ford in Wayland. $272 for a new Ford Edge. Sell high. Edco and Ford of Wayland will give you top dollar for your trade. Ultra low mileage lease to current qualified lessees. 30-50 down. Tax, title, and dealer fees are extra. Buy low, sell high. $272 for a new Ford Edge. Only at Edco and Ford of Wayland. I just thought you should know.
Brands is introducing online ordering to make all of your brand's favorites easier to get on the go. Just visit brands.com on your desktop, laptop, tablet, or mobile phone and click on the online ordering button to get started.